Hi, friends. Welcome back. I have been showing up here for weeks now, talking about identity gaps, transitions, inner critics, fog, mascara. And today I want to do something a little different. Today I want to tell you the whole story, not the tidy version that I put in my bio, but the real one, the one with the messy middle, the part where I almost quit on myself and the moment that things finally shifted, because I think you need to hear it, not just as my story, but as proof that where you are right now is not where you have to stay. Stay with me, okay? Here's where I was before everything changed. 10 years as a registered nurse, nurse manager, few different departments in the hospital, 21 years in corporate America. I was good at my job. I knew my job. And honestly, for a long time, my job was kind of how I knew myself. I was the person who showed up, who handled everything, who had all the answers, the one who kept everything moving along. And for a long time, that felt like it was enough for me. I want to tell you about the moment everything started to change. And it wasn't at the layoff. It was 3 years before that. You've heard a bit of this story before. In 2022, I looked in the mirror and I made a quiet decision. I was still employed, still performing, still showing up for everyone else. But underneath all of that, I was exhausted, exhausted in a way that I really couldn't even put into words and couldn't explain. I had given everything to everyone for so long that I had almost completely lost track of myself. And I finally said, that's enough. I am going to start choosing me. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. One small step at a time. I didn't start at the gym. I started in the mirror, mascara first. And from that one small decision, I started rebuilding my health, my mental health, my faith and my spirituality, the beliefs I had been carrying since I was a child that told me that I wasn't enough. Over 3 years, I lost more than 90 pounds. I decreased the number of medications I had to take. And I started figuring out who I actually was underneath all of the roles. So I picked up a few lessons, and those I'm going to share with you today. Lesson 1, you do not have to wait for something to end before you start choosing yourself. The rebuild can begin right now, today. Whatever is still on your plate, one small step is enough to get started. Okay? So in November, after 21 years with the same company, I was laid off. And here is what surprised me probably the most. I didn't fall apart. I thought I would. A few years earlier, I absolutely would have. But I had already done the work. The calendar went quiet. The title disappeared. And instead of feeling lost, I felt something that I had never really felt before. I stood at the crossroads and I felt ready. And feeling ready does not mean that it's going to be easy. There are still hard days. There is still grief. I had built my identity around that job and my career and my title for 21 years. But the woman who might have completely unraveled, she had found her footing. And that changed everything about what was going to happen next for me. So lesson 2 is the work you do on yourself right now before the next chapter fully starts, it is never wasted. Every step you take toward yourself is preparing you for something you can't see yet. So I made a decision. I was going to build something, not because everything was perfect, not because my life had gone quiet and given me the space for once in my life, but because I finally knew what I actually cared about. I had been a nurse. I had spent 3 decades helping people in one form or another. And when I got really honest with myself, that was the thread that had always been there underneath all the job titles. Helping women, specifically women who are doing what I had spent years doing, pouring everything into everyone else and losing themselves in the process. I want to be clear with you about something. I'm not building this from the finished line. Right now, I'm navigating a health condition that I didn't see coming. I am navigating family changes and family loss. I am trying to rebuild my career. So I want you to remember that I'm not helping, teaching, coaching from the other side of a perfect comeback story. I'm coaching from the arena, from the middle, from maybe exactly where you are, maybe a little ahead of you, maybe behind some of you. But I'm here and I'm coming from the place where things are still hard, and I'm still choosing to keep going because the women who need this are real. The lost feeling is real. And if I can walk through all of this and still show up, then I have something worth sharing. And so do you. The lesson from point 3, you do not have to have the perfect life to build something meaningful. You just have to be willing to build while you're still in it. Your story is not a liability. It is your most powerful credential, your biggest asset. I told you the real version today. The mascara, the mirror, the layoff, trying to start over and build a new business while also still carrying hard things that are showing up every day. And I shared this because I want you to know that this path, it's not clean. It is not linear. It does not come with a guarantee. But here's what I know for certain. The woman who is watching this right now, the one who is somewhere in her own messy middle, she has everything she needs to find her way through. You, my friend, have everything that you need to find your way through. You just need to keep going. All right? I'm counting on you. So drop a comment and tell me this. Which one of those 3 lessons, turning points felt the most like your story? Just name it. Turning point 1, 2, or 3. I want to know where you are. Next week, we are going to talk about something that I think is at the root of why so many of us end up lost in the first place. The roles we carry: caregiver, mother, wife, fixer, professional, team sports mom, dog mom. The list can go on and on. But you know that you are the one that holds everything together. And what happens when carrying all of those roles for so long means you have almost nothing left for yourself. So next week, come back. That's going to be our topic. Subscribe if the channel is helping you. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I will have a new video every week. And I want you to keep going because your next chapter is worth it.